hygienic workstation and cleaning procedure. Maintaining a clean and hygienic preparation and cooking area is necessary to prevent the spread of harmful bacteria through cross-contamination. Cross-contamination occurs when bacteria is transferred from one surface, food product, or piece of cooking equipment to another. For example, when food comes into contact with unclean knives, dirty chopping boards, or used bowls. Therefore, it's vital that all surfaces are properly and regularly cleaned. Work surfaces should be cleaned in the following way. First, wipe any food debris and loose dirt away from the surface. Remove any equipment on top of the work surface. Wash the worktop using detergent and warm water at a temperature between 50 to 60 degrees Celsius, 122 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Use disposable cloths, which should be replaced daily to ensure that bacteria isn't simply being spread from one surface to another. Then, dry your worktop with a clean cloth. Next, spray the worktop with sanitizer. Ensure that the worktop is well covered and leave the solution for the amount of time specified by the manufacturer to make sure all the bacteria are killed. Finally, wipe the surface again with a clean cloth and leave it to air dry. Equipment must also be cleaned. Ensure that there's a thorough cleaning schedule in place for all large pieces of equipment. This schedule should outline which items must be cleaned, how often, how they should be cleaned, and who should be doing the cleaning. Any equipment that's exposed to food should be taken apart and cleaned after every use. Cutting boards are especially prone to cross-contamination and should be color coordinated to minimize risk. You should always use plastic or nylon boards, as wood can harbor bacteria and absorb food flavors and odors. You must wash boards after every use. To deep clean a cutting board, firstly, remove any large pieces of loose debris from the surface using a clean cloth, preparing it for washing. Then place it in the sink and rinse it with hot water to remove any remaining food debris. Sprinkle the surface with cleaning solution or bleach if it's particularly stained in order to kill the bacteria. Scrub the solution into the board, making sure that both sides are well covered. Place the board to one side and leave it, allowing the detergent to soak in and a chemical reaction to take place. Once enough time has passed, scrub the surface with a stiff bristle brush until all visible dirt has been removed. Rinse once again with hot water to remove any remaining dirt and wash away all of the detergent. Once the board is clean, shake away any excess water and place it in an appropriate rack to air dry. Cutting boards should always be placed in a proper rack and must never be stored behind taps or on the floor. It's equally important to make sure that the floors are cleaned thoroughly. Floors in the kitchen should be smooth and without cracks, but not slippery. Spilled liquids should not be able to penetrate the floor, and any liquids or grease that get spilled onto the floor should be cleaned immediately. If food is left on the floor, harmful bacteria can begin to grow and multiply. Before beginning the floor cleaning process, make sure appropriate warning signs are in place. The first step is to sweep the floor using a broom or brush, being sure to remove all food particles and debris before mopping. If possible, move equipment out of the way beforehand. Fill a bucket 3/4 with hot, soapy water that is between 50 and 60 degrees Celsius or 122 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit in temperature. Submerge your mop into the water before wringing it out, removing most of the water from the mop head. Never wring the mop head with your hands, as there may be bits of broken glass or other sharp items caught in the mop head. Begin mopping, cleaning a small area of no more than 2 to 3 meters squared at a time. Repeat the mopping action until the area is clean and all removable marks and stains are gone. Using a smooth, sweeping S-shaped motion, push and pull the mop across the floor. Be sure not to stretch too far, as this can put a strain on your back. Regularly rinse the mop head in the soapy water and wring out excess solution to avoid flooding the floor. If the water in your bucket becomes dirty and opaque, then replace it with fresh water. Pay special attention to the area in front of and around cooking equipment, under tables, under racks, and also in corners. Once you've finished mopping, carefully empty the contents of the mop bucket into a drain. Rinse and clean the mop bucket and mop. Allow the floor to fully dry and then remove the warning signs.